It is spooky season. Spooky season is approaching, and I always love NOMAD Cosmetics spooky season collections. So they have launched their spooky season collection for this year, and it is the Witch City Salem collection. Hello and welcome if you are new here. My name is Rachel, and if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I am going to start off with close-ups, swatches, information about the collection. It's not just a palette. There is another product in the collection, which they haven't done in a while, so that's very exciting. And then I will show you look number one, which is what I'm wearing on my face right now. Then look number two, and I will give you my initial thoughts at the end. Now, this is not a review. I have to use these products more than twice to get my full and final thoughts, but of course, I will let you know my initial first and second impressions of the collection, and this will give you an idea of looks that you can create, the formulas, etc. I will link the NOMAD website down below. At the moment that I am uploading this video, this collection is not quite available just yet, but it will be soon in the next couple of days. I will also list everything that is on my face in both looks. As you're watching this video, let me know if you're excited. Okay, I will be 100% honest with you. When I received this in the mail and I opened it up, I was so excited. This is based on Salem, Massachusetts, and I do live in Florida. I moved to Florida in 2016, but I am born and raised in Massachusetts until I was 29 years old. So the fact that this takes place in Massachusetts is really exciting to me. Like, it has a special place in my heart, and I love spooky season. I love spooky season. My birthday is on October 28th, so I think just growing up, I associated my birthday with Halloween, and the whole, weekend has always been so exciting to me. So I already can tell you, like, I love the theming and the packaging on everything. We have an 18 pan palette. That's what the back looks like. And then the actual cover of the palette is a lenticular cover, which they do with their spooky season launches quite often. We have this fallscape with this really old home, and then when you flip it, it's got the witch in front of it, and it's looking very, very spooky, very exciting. The back just has information about the palette, and this is what the color story looks like. It is very Halloween-esque in my opinion. We have oranges, we have greens, we have some like blood red tones, we have some purples, so you really can create an array of looks. We have a 50-50 matte to shimmer ratio, which is really exciting, and I will tell you right now, when I swatched this palette, I was very impressed with the swatches. They actually, I was chatting with the owners of NOMAD on Instagram, and they asked me, did you have any broken shadows? Because we have like lightly pressed the shadows, the shimmers especially, lighter than usual. And I can absolutely tell they picked up on my finger so easily, because sometimes with NOMAD, I feel their shimmers kind of vary from palette to palette in terms of how they're pressed. And these are pressed much looser. None of my shadows came broken, which was great, but they look absolutely beautiful, extremely sparkly, gorgeous. So every time we have a collection, they send a postcard that has information about the collection. So as I'm popping up the swatches and the close-ups of the palette, I am going to read this to you. So it says, Destination Spooky Season in Salem, Mass. There's no better place to celebrate the spooky season than the iconic Salem, Massachusetts. From ghostly tours winding through cobblestone streets to epic haunted happenings and a history full of chilling tales, Witch City is the ultimate playground for all things festive, fun, and spooky. So grab your book of spells, whisper some hocus pocus, and join us for a classic Halloween celebration. The palette, it says, with a palette cover that shifts from the iconic witch house on a bright fall day to a shadowy witch's lair bubbling with potions and spells, this palette reveals Halloween hues of devilish reds, ghoulish greens, witchy purples, and cozy autumn tones. 9 wickedly smooth mattes and 9 spellbinding shimmers. And with every release, they support a cause, and it says, we are proud to support Panthera to help save the wild black cats of the world. I love that. I love that. That is so cute. Okay, so that is the palette. They are vegan and cruelty-free, by the way. And I did get this collection sent in PR, and I do have an affiliate code. It's Rachel, and it will save you 10% off your purchase. And it is affiliated, which means I do get a small commission if you use my code at checkout. So thank you in advance if you do. They are also releasing lipsticks. They have never, to my knowledge, they've never done lipsticks before. I remember they did lip glosses with their Fête de Provence collection years ago, but we have lipsticks. These are all in the cutest packaging. We have 3 different shades that are available. Something I thought was really cute is when you open up the package, in the top, we have this like gold foil witch's hat. Very, very creative, really cute attention to detail. We have a black plastic bullet, and it says which City Salem, NOMAD, and then it has the witches' hats all over it. There are 3 different shades. They are Devil's Book, Hocus Pocus, and Witching Hour. Now, I don't have any information about the lipsticks. Like, there's nothing on the postcard about the lipsticks, but of course, you can see I'm wearing the one in, I think it's Witching Hour. Let me open it up. Yes, I'm wearing the one in Witching Hour. The actual bullets are so beautiful, sparkly. They have like a very interesting effect. I don't know if I've ever seen a lipstick like this, but they are metallic lipsticks. Some of them, like the purple ones, the deeper ones, have a little bit more of a stronger base color to them, and this one has a little more of a sheer base color to it. And they are unscented. They definitely give a metallic look to the lips. I just put it over a lip liner for this purpose, but I don't have any real description to read to you. I don't know pricing on anything at this moment, but I'm sure when I post the video, I will know pricing, so I will put all that information down in the description box. I'm always happy to see indie brands releasing eyeshadows, of course, but also other things to round out their, arsenal, if you will. So let me know your thoughts after seeing this like little section of the close-up, the swatches, the information. Are you excited about this collection? Are you planning on picking it up? Oh, okay, so this is interesting. They changed their time that they launched the palette because they usually do it at a different time. Okay, so it is going to launch on Monday, August 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Typically they release at midnight, so maybe they got feedback that it wasn't working out. I don't know, but for whatever reason, they've changed the time. So that's kind of exciting. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited for this collection. It's getting me excited for Halloween. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna send you off to show you how I created this look now. All right, I'm ready to create my first look with the palette, and let's take a moment for this shirt. How freaking cute. That ghost is me. I am that ghost in the bathtub with a book with a cat peeking over the top of the tub. How freaking cute is this? This is from Book Babe Designs. I will link them down below. I don't know if these t-shirts are still available, but I always love getting her t-shirts. They're so adorable. So I'm not really a big rushing into fall person, but I'm feeling the fall vibes, especially with this collection. I might go get a pumpkin spice latte after this. I'm not sure. But my plan today is I want to keep it pretty simple, and I want to do something a little more neutral leaning if I can. That's my goal. And then the next look, I will do something a little more spooky, ooky, kooky. Spooky, ooky, kooky. I have already primed my eyes, and I'm gonna go into the shade Haunted Happenings right here, which is a really gorgeous sandy peach. And I'm gonna put this through the crease. I'm gonna go into the shade Seven Gables, this like dark olive green, and I'm gonna put this in my outer corner. Okay, so I'm pivoting a little bit. I actually want to use one of the green shimmers, Witch Hunt, right here. And I'm gonna put that all over my lid. Off camera, I put the Clionadh and BadToTheBrow Shine Shimmer Enhancer down. So I'm gonna place this on top. Ooh, that is so pretty. Wow, that shimmer is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. All right, I'm back with some more makeup on my face, obviously. Let's finish up the eye look. I'm going to repeat the same 2 mattes that I put on my upper lid onto my lower lid, starting with that olive green Seven Gables. And then I'm gonna blend that out with Haunted Happenings. For my inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Witching Hour up here. Oh, that is such a pretty shade. And big shocker for my waterline, Flower Beauty Forever Wear Eyeliner Crayon in the shade Moonstone. All right, let's try out one of these lipsticks, shall we? I picked out the one in the shade Witching Hour, which is the gold. Now, when I swatched them, some of them had more pigment than others. This one was definitely more on the sheer side with just more of like a sparkle to it. So I did line and fill in my lips with Makeup Forever Wear Walnut lip liner, and I want to pop this on top. Let's see what it looks like. Absolutely gorgeous bullet. So pretty. Oh wow, on the lips, it's much more metallic than on the swatch on my arm. Very metallic, actually. Interesting. I'm not really one for a metallic lipstick personally, but this is fun. I mean, again, for spooky season, for a certain look, it's fun. It feels really comfortable. It feels really, really thin and slippy. So I like that. And I don't smell any sort of scent. All right, so this is the finished look number 1. What do you think? I mean, I love green, so, you know, I'm feeling this. I mean, my first impressions are I liked the shades that I used. They worked really well. The mattes were good. Good pigment level. I mean, I used a mid-tone warm brown. It performed just as I expected. Olive green matte worked well. The shimmers are so pretty. When I went off camera to do my face makeup and I was wetting my sponge in the bathroom where there's way less light, of course I'm in front of this gigantic light in front of the camera. When I was in lower lighting, I could really see a ton of sparkle throughout this shimmer that's on my lid. It was absolutely beautiful. So if you like a sparkly shimmer, these shimmers look really sparkly, really, really sparkly. When I first took this out of the package, when I received it, that was the first thing I noticed was how sparkly the shimmers are. So yeah, I'm loving this look. I'm feeling festive. And the lipstick, I mean, it's not my ultimate favorite type of finish. It's not what I go for, but it's fun. I don't have a problem with the formula so far. You know, we'll see. So now I'm gonna send you off to the next look. All right, we're gonna do a second look with the Witch City Salem palette. I have already primed my eyes and I did create kind of a small wing with a black liquid liner as the starting point of this look. So I'm actually gonna go into the matte black called Witch City. This black swatched incredibly. Incredibly. I am gonna take a flat definer brush, kind of a smaller one. I'm gonna dip into the black and I'm going to kind of go over the liner and smudge it out just a little bit. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Hocus Pocus, which is a deep purple matte, and I'm once again gonna go over the liner and smudge it out. I'm gonna go into the shade Spirits and Spells and put this through the crease. This shade, for my skin tone, does pretty much nothing. It's a gray that's kind of the same depth as my skin tone, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go onto my lid with the Shine On Shimmer Shadow Enhancer from Clionadh and BadToTheBrow. And I'm just putting a little bit on and then I'm kind of spreading it out with my finger just so there's more of a light layer. And then I just want to tap this shade called Old Burying Point right here. It looks so gorgeous. It looks like it has kind of multicolored sparkle in there. So I want to tap this over my lid. Really pretty. Concentrating this more in the center of my lid. It's really pretty. Okay, I'm back. Let's finish up the eyes. I'm gonna first start off with this cream gel liner from ColourPop in the shade Swerve. It's just a black. I'm gonna put this through my waterline and smudge it a little bit on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go back into the palette. I'm gonna pick up the matte black called Witch City, and on a flat definer brush, just run this along my lower lash line. This black is super pigmented. I'm gonna take that small little brush I used on my upper lash line into the same matte shade Hocus Pocus and blend out the black. I'm gonna take a tiny little blending brush and I'm gonna go back into that shade Hocus Pocus and I'm gonna mix it a little bit with Spirits and Spells, that gray, and just blend out the bottom lash line. For my inner corner, I wanna try the shade Witchcraft right here. Not sure if it's gonna be light enough, but let's give it a shot. Don't love that. So I am gonna reach into another palette just to pick up a matte white and to layer it on top. Much better. So the other two lipsticks I haven't used yet are Spellbinding, which is more like pinky purple, and Hocus Pocus, which is a true purple. I think I want to wear Hocus Pocus, so what I want to do right now is I just want to try, what did I say this is called? Wait a second, it's called Devil's Book. Listen, the print is so small. I want to try this on just by itself, just so you can see like a lip swatch, what it would look like. So that is Devil's Book, True Pink, like almost like magenta. Again, not my absolute favorite color, but this one is definitely more pigmented than the one I used in the first look. There's quite a strong base color to it, so you could wear this alone. You could pair it with a lip liner. You could, of course, layer it on top of something else, but definitely more of like a more opaque color, and it definitely has that metallic finish to it. I don't think as much as the other one. It's very comfortable. It feels very like creamy on the lips. So I'm gonna wipe this off. I am gonna go ahead, finish up the rest of my look and put the other lipstick on, come back to show you the final look and to give you my initial thoughts on this collection. All right, and this is the finished look. Number 2, what do you think? I'm definitely feeling spooky. That is for sure. I actually really like how this came out. This is definitely a lot heavier of makeup in general than I would normally wear, but I think for like spooky season, it feels on theme. And I really like how the eye look came out. I like how the eyeshadows performed. And this lipstick I actually quite like. It is in the shade Hocus Pocus. And I did use the lip liner from Unearthly Cosmetics in the shade Vamp on the outer perimeter of my lips. So let me give you my initial thoughts on this collection. Just again, I'm gonna kind of repeat everything I've already said, but this is just me wrapping it up. The theming and the packaging, 20 out of 10. I absolutely love it. It has a special place in my heart because it is taking place in my home state. I love Halloween. I love spooky season launches. It's hitting all of the boxes, or ticking all of the boxes for me personally. So really enjoying the theme and the packaging. In terms of the color story, I think it's really pretty. Again, very on theme for Halloween. This makes total sense to me in terms of the time of year that this is supposed to be representing. I do always enjoy when a palette can create a neutral look, and I don't know that I am really able to do that. Again, I have to play with this a little more before I give my final thoughts in that regard, but you know, if you are really an exclusively neutral wearer, this palette's probably not for you. But if you like color or you want to add color to your collection, I think this color story is really fun for the season. I think the quality of the shadows so far has been really nice. Pigmented mattes, really sparkly shimmers that are more loosely pressed in the pan, so they pick up really nicely. And like I said before, sometimes with NOMAD, it varies from palette to palette how hard the shadows are pressed, how easy they pick up on the brush, etc. But these ones are really easy to pick up. The mattes are also very pigmented. Really, I'd say even more pigmented than their usual matte formula. So, and the lipsticks, I think are really fun. I'm glad that they're launching other things besides eyeshadow palettes. I think that is really a fun thing to add to the collection. I enjoy the packaging. You know, in terms of the colors and the finishes, these are not my ultimate favorite type of colors and finishes. That is just a preference thing. I think in terms of quality, they feel really nice on the lips. They glide nicely on the lips. They are unscented, which is good if you are sensitive to scents or you don't like a lot of scented makeup. And I do like the effect of how they look on the lips, but just be aware they are metallic lipsticks. especially the gold one that I put on the first look, very metallic. I'm not a big metallic lip person. I'm not a big bold lip person. I really just wear nude lips most of the time, but I think it's fun for the season. It goes with the theme, and if you are looking to add kind of more metallic, creamy, comfortable lipsticks that are in more bold colors or that kind of gold shimmer, then these are unique. They are unique. I don't feel like a lot of brands are doing this type of lipstick. And now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what you think about this collection. Are you planning on picking it up? Let me know. You can use my affiliate code Rachel at checkout to save 10%. And thank you, Nomad, for sending this my way. I really appreciate it. Once again, all of the information that I do have will be down in the description box. Go ahead and check that out. Everything that is on my face in both looks is in the description box. And I want to thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.